So now a form has been successfully created, and let's add some styles for this, because everything inside it should be flex and flex column direction, and for each and every object we should have 16 pixels as a gap. Okay, so let me enable the word wrap so I can see it much clearer over here, and enter. So first, what is the field that we need? We need to bring the artist, we need to bring the title, so song name. So let's go ahead. So we already designed our custom input reusable component in the previous session. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch that. Okay, please click the link in the description below. You can learn about this input in the day 4 of the series. Okay, and over here I'm going to bring this input, self-closing that, and this input is coming from /input. So enter, right? And I'm going to supply the ID to make it unique. So title, and of course it's going to be disabled. So disable, it's going to be the is loading state which we created. And I'm going to spread out the register props register, which is coming from use react hook form hook, and I'm going to supply the field name, which is going to be the title. Please make sure this title and this title, it's exactly the same. Then of course this field is going to be the required field. So required, so you should need to fill this field name, and then placeholder. So I'm going to say song name. So now you should see the song name over here. So I'm just going to make sure whether it is working fine or not. So after that I'm going to bring a button, and then I'm just going to say create, and this should be imported from .button, and this should be disabled if it is loading, and the type of that button, it's going to be the submit. Save the changes and access the input statement. This is a component, should come from there. Here, save the changes, and let me inspect the elements. And if I click console, all right. So now if I, without typing anything, if I'm clicking something over here, nothing is going to happen. You can see nothing is going to happen. But if I type something and if I click it, now you can see I can get the title name, and the rest of the fields are completely empty. So don't worry about that. We can fix that later. All right, now we have to make sure this is working fine. Then what I need to do, I need to bring the errors. So just like the same way how we handle the errors over here. So in the artist model, so I'm just going to copy this errors, and I'm going to bring it over here. Okay, so errors question mark dot title, that's the field name which we are. If the title field is missing, then what I need to do, song name is required. I just need to say song name is required. So only if the error is there, then it will be displayed. So save this changes. So now you can see song name is required. If I close this and if I'm opening it for the first time, you can see because the input field is being focused. If I refresh this, and still it's loading. Okay, so now if I click here, and now you can see it's not showing that error initially because that field is not focused and none of the field it's been submitted. So if I click this, you can see now it's throwing that error. And if I give some name, sample or something, that error will be gone, because that error will be handled defaultly by your React Web hook use form. This one, by using this, where is it? This one, this hook will handle that errors and everything. Okay, if I delete this, if the field is empty, the error is going to be popped up. All right, so just like the same way, now what I have to do is we have to bring the image file and the audio file. So let's go ahead and let me bring this error one more time, and let me paste it. This time this is going to be song URI or image URI. Image is required, right? And right after here, then what I have to do, I have to bring a division, and inside this division I'm gonna say div select an image file, something like this, and this should have the class name as padding bottom 1 pp1. And right after here I'm going to bring the input, input self-closing tag and then enter, and here ID it's going to be the image URI. All right, and the type of this input is going to be the file, and disable, of course it's going to be disabled by the time when it's loading, and it should accept image image slash star any kind of files, and we should register this in our form field with the field name called image underscore URI. That's the thing, image underscore URI. And right after here we need to make this field as a required field, because without song image we should not allow the user to upload it. And placeholder, I'm just going to say song cover image. Save these changes. Now you should able to see the song image, and now if I click this, you can see song name is required, song image is required, so we are getting that warning messages over there. So just like the same way, I'm going to copy this entire stuff along with the errors, and I'm going to place it over here. And this time instead of song URI, I'm just going, so image URI, I'm going to keep this as a song URI. Wherever the term we use the image URI, we have to change this to song URI, and this song audio is required. Song audio file is required. Select an audio file, and this should accept audio slash star song URI file, song URI, song cover, not cover image, song audio file. Save these changes. All right, now we can see we can able to select the audio file. If I click this, come on, yeah, here we go, so that I can get this from here. Audios and everything, it's attached over here, so you can get all these audios and audio files and everything in the link. So click the drive link in the description and you can download it from there. And anyways, these songs are downloaded from the YouTube audio library only. You can download it from there also, right? So now let's go ahead and please check it out, your error is working or not. Let's me check over here sample, and I'm going to choose an image, office file, Spotify. Let me choose any song image, something like this, and I'm going to choose a song. Okay, any song. All right, so in this case, if I just click create, and you should be able to see we have artist ID and user ID. Of course it's still empty because we need to artist ID, we haven't created the field. Just like over here, we have to create that field. And for the song user ID, you can get that from the authenticated user ID. And the image URI, you can see the file is there, and for song URI, you can see we have the file there, right? So now, which means the form everything is working fine. And now all we have to do is to go ahead and start designing this exactly the same thing, like choose an artist. So that's what we are going to do next.